running out of time. The flash and ion perfect, and it leaves SUYGETSU all alone. 1 versus 3, and as said, the clock now ticking. Decent peek coming. Oh, he manages to get a couple! A little bit too close for comfort there, with BcJ only on 40 HP.
Do a bit of damage here, and maybe even have some more of this A aggression. They have a smoke down right away, but Zekken, he is charging them down. What? That was a bold play.
Oh, Angel actually does just about manage to survive. He's not going to be trapped in by the seas, but it does mean that control hasn't been taken now. Shutting down Zekken, as we saw in the stats just a moment ago on screen, he has been a danger this tournament so far. Now, obviously, I feel like those stats may be a little bit padded because it was against Xerxia, but he's been incredible. I believe second in the stats is actually Zyppan. So we've actually got a battle of the #1 and #2 in the tournament at the moment.
All these opening duels have left XSET in a bit of a rough spot. Cryo and BcJ being so low and not a lot of control for them. They know that B-Long isn't pushed, but look at that. FPX again with the mid control. They've made the push now. The adaptation on before. Maybe suspecting the trap to be there and not wanting to overcommit, but it's a good little tuck that they have, allowing them to stay stacked up. With the pistols, that's exactly what you want. They've deleted Angel, the man who was here before. They know that ardiis is close. They've even spotted him with the Prowler. Really nice to continue using that utility, not leave the gaps there for the kills to be taken. Even still, Zyppan gets one. And a little bit more could cause a lot of damage to the economy of the attackers.
Yeah, he's making a nice distraction as well, because the flank is still coming in from SUYGETSU. This 1v1 between him and AYRIN could be absolutely everything for the round, and it's all just going to come down to timing. He spotted out one, but there is that free kill! It will go through for SUYGETSU into the 1v1 scenario. BcJ low on HP and a rifle even found. It's all just going to come down to this remaining angle. Will he actually check the little corner? He's been spotted, and it will be BcJ, a back-to-back triple, I believe, to kick. So again, we're going to see this screen set up by FPX over on the B side, which not only allows as a pretty good retake wall, but also allows deep control. So it's something that's going to have to be really thought of by that attacking side as they go pushing through long. They've got the star down, likely just to be used as a fake smoke to get them across and take a little bit more of a battle. Now, considering ardiis is actually playing this, you kind of expected him to almost be there as the chamber, because it is that long-range battle. It's what most teams seem to be doing at the moment. But on the Cypher, I imagine he's just going to be looking for information. You can see the cam is ratty as hell.
Yeah, that is a nasty spot. I mean, we'll see whether they clear it or not on the way through, but it doesn't feel like that's a spot you'll be checking all too often. They've heard it, and the oh, what? The cages were up, the vision was blocked, but BcJ still gets himself a kill. That is a huge opening. XSET are on the B site. They've got their wall up to cross. They've taken control of the back cubby, and now they even get the ult through to secure the space, the information, and get a plant.
A little bit dicey, but Angel being able to find one back in. As said, they've got the screen ready to try and get in on the retake, but XSET are actually playing in front of it. They're making sure they can get up and close in these fights, and the trades are going relatively well. Back into a 2v2 scenario. AYRIN, it's a bit of a whiff though, and now Cryo left in the clutch situation to try and turn this back around, knowing at least where one of the players are, but he's got to be careful. He is slowly being flanked.
Using it now, he needs to check it. Halfway already, they're sticking it fully. The swing is there, but no shot. He can't even get the trigger pulled as the defuse comes through for FPX. There.
Viper's Pit as well for SUYGETSU. Now, a lot of the early round scenarios have been going very well for XSET. Most of the time, it has been these fight backs needed, and with a much faster pace, straight in towards Zyppan. Nade out. He does have support from ardiis, but he's actually going to go down.
Oh, right into the nade. That was a risky play, and he paid the price. A classic kill. And damage done. This comes down to the 1v1. Shao has managed to drop a double, drop the spike as well. Look, Phantom retrieved for Cryo, but with his HP so low, he's going to need to hit this first bullet. And Shao's repositioning just as he is. This is all going to come down to the angles in play. But Shao knows a minute on the clock. All he has to do is just guard that spike.
Well, that's the thing, though. The spike is in a really horrible spot. There are so many angles that Cryo could be coming from that he has to continuously switch between two of them in the hopes that he gets it right. Now, Shao is normally someone who has a fantastic read on these scenarios, already managing to turn it back from a pretty disadvantageous position. But honestly, is he going to get it spot on?
Oh, back to back. Just comes down to the timing, and it seems to be perfect. Shao with another great read.
It always is.
Just, I mean, such a terrible spot. It really is the most angles you could bite over it. Zyppan naded, ran into his own nade while there was a player behind him with a stinger. That was a massive amount of over-aggression, but
you know,
fair enough.
FPX, slight.
Slight over. Just a little bit.
Have you watched Angel play before? See?
Yep.
See?
Yep.
Timing couldn't have been better. And he has been willing to pretty much fight all across the map in these early stages of the round. One of the first times we haven't seen XSET actually come through the opening battle. It is going to be that Cosmic Divide thrown down, though, which should give them a pretty easy plant.
Well, looks like plan's going to be coming through, but this is the heavier side of the map, and a Paranoia buys them a bit of space. Spam through from Angel, denies any retreat for Zekken. Good kill. They've got to worry about Cryo, but they've more than enough manpower to watch it. Taking him down's a different story. Getting on that spike, not possible without dealing with Cryo, and he's gone. AYRIN and BcJ, both on the same angle, both having to take these fights together. Those shots are close. They're doing damage, and BcJ finishes Angel off. At last, the IGL is down, but another on the defuse. They have to pull him off it, and it looks like they'll try the showstopper onto AYRIN. It's BcJ left to do it again, but this time he can't pull out the 3K or any further. It's 3.
Get a multi-frag to have any chance of winning that round. Even still, though, there is an investment here, Mitch. You got a couple of rifles, tour de force. It really isn't too bad.
Now, Prowler to cover off back boxes here as they start to move around. And the thing about FPX and how they're moving right now is they don't have anyone on B, right? They've ran in, whenever XSET have gone for this A site, they've seen so many players there immediately ready to fight. 3 at a minimum. That tells you, okay, they got 3 there. What are they doing on the rest of the map? Somewhere's got to be light. And as we can see, and as we had seen the other round, if you're XSET on that eco, there are players in and around mid ready to fight as well. So the only thing left is B, and I think they haven't, you know, you gotta get rid of that cam that was up and above. Now it's swapping around in this round, and we actually started with Viper over on this side of the map. But again, they shift towards this super passive retake of B if they need to do it in the late round. And it seems like XSET have got a hint of that. They are starting to move their way in here to the lighter side of the map.
Looking at ardiis' cam, that might be enough to give some information. A TP going through fairly early, so that's actually going to mean that Angel will be here in time, just trying to hold on to the U-Haul in the backlines, but he's been taken out by Zekken.
He was trying to stay away from that flash, but it was just a little bit too precise. XSET picking up the kills and the scythe. And with this, it looks like they have finally found that weakness. I've realized the issue, a little fake at the start towards A. It dragged the rotations, more than willing to play retake. But the retake hasn't worked out, and now FPX are left to save. 2 players versus 5. It just ain't gonna happen for them this time around. A really good response from XSET.
The other thing as well is financially, FPX are in the bin. Like, you've got Shao and Angel with barely any credits, and even the players that are surviving, or look to be surviving, don't have that much to throw into the next round. So don't want to overface, don't want to over-risk it, but a really big round from XSET. And that's the thing. I think that we are looking at 2 teams with 2 very experienced IGLs, mixed in with some young talent. I think it's the best mix at the moment that we currently have in Valorant. Angel, I think, 32 years old, dephh, 30 years old, so they have been around in the game for quite a long time.
Angles, like that post-plant A wrap around Art. This time a lot of players here waiting for him as he slides on through, and he still wins the fights! 2 quick duels and almost the 3rd. Angel only barely escaping. And again, this is going to be an attempted retake, but look at what they've got to work with. The players with the weapons are mostly gone. It's Angel and ardiis with sheriffs in hand and bullets in the back. This is a plan for XSET, and a flawless one at that.
The counter utility is just superb. Like, you have the fragment catching anybody else who tries to cross. You have the haunt to give those players up. The flashbangs coming around the corner to leave them in such a horrible position. And okay, SUYGETSU's managed to at least get 1 kill, and they do have the credits to buy into the next, but how much more can he realistically do here?
Last player standing.
Yeah, that's about what I thought. It comes down to just spraying it through the smokes and hoping for the best. But we'll take the control early. That didn't work out. Now, again, an early duel for Angel. He'll lose his life for it. They have another here. Maybe that's just a man trapped, though. XSET, he's stuck at the half wall, and Zekken will eliminate him as well. This guy is just not missing.
I have this.
Yeah, I was going to say the trade out Angel for BcJ might not be the worst thing in the world because BcJ has been popping, but at the same time, now they've lost SUYGETSU as well. These aggressive pushes deep have just not been working. Like, XSET have been very prepared for it. Counter util has been superb, and they seem to have a plan in every single fight that just involves setting up this youngster to thrive. The thing is now, how do FPX react? Well, it seems like they're looking to try and pincer further into mid, but they're so prepared. These defaults from XSET are catching every single piece until Shao comes along. He's going to at least throw down that Nightfall to slow them a little bit, but he has made this round look doable once again. No.
And our position's been too hard to root out, and he's just relocated entirely! They cannot deal with Shao! He's always good for 1, 2, or now 3 with the final man of death.
Oh, he's hurt.
He's been hurt. Ardiis, he has the timing and he misses! A whiff that could cost him! But no, he'll follow up eventually, remedy the mistake, and equalize the scoreline. That was a little too close, though.
Like, absolutely nowhere.
Yep.
Reads it perfectly, repositions back around, and, well, I think this could be a far more dominant scoreline for XSET if it wasn't for that case.
Let me describe these first 4 rounds, or first 8 rounds to you, excuse me. XSET at this point, it looks like their map pick. It looks like they chose it. They've got great ideas, they've got great executes, and fantastic pivots. But FPX are just a good team. They are adapting to this perfectly. I don't know their preparation level. I imagine it's below XSET's on this map, with it being their choice. However, it's not that far behind.
I don't know.
They're able to pivot more so.
I think we need to get
individual duels.
Brennon here, change a few letters, and it's just, they have Shao! They have Shao! Like, I think that's genuinely what we're looking at right now.
And that's always been a factor for FPX. You know, you can have the early round plans. You can have any kind of plan. But ultimately, you leave Shao in a tough position, and he will deliver to a level that I don't think many people in the world can. Ardiis, the timing could not be better. Cypher on his way up behind. They are watching it periodically, and AYRIN's now only supposed to be watching that, but he has to put down some stars, and that's when Ardiis comes through the smoke looking the wrong way. He didn't clear it. He was looking for the rest of the team, and instead, he's left Shao alone. 3 kills needed, and this time, it will not happen. Another triple kill round from BcJ. That's it, man. You've seen what this guy can do when he's moving fast with a Vandal. You're supposed to stand still for that weapon. But what his ultimate, that is meant for what he's been doing. 9 and 6. He's had a good game. When you consider it, those are mostly opening fights that he's taking. He's had a ridiculously good start to this. And here comes the ultimate. And the fly on through on the back of it. Zekken, I want to see those finger guns in action, but he's being revealed and taken down. A fantastic reveal from Shao. He even follows it up with a headshot delivered. And now, FPX actually have the man advantage. The wallbang attempt, oh, it was just a second too late.
Angel, he must have been moving at the speed of light, and this fight's getting awkward. Shao still surviving in the back corner. SUYGETSU's managed to trade another out, and it's now left all on to AYRIN. He's been the man in the back lines a lot of the time, setting up that squad, but now they need him to stop this from going to an equalized scoreline. Trapped behind the cage, he has the lineup ready to try and deny anything on the diffuser, but they have a decent idea of where he's going to be already. The grab gets one, but
he didn't get a reveal.
I don't think he did. Either that or it pinged him so fast I didn't even see it.
Yeah. Either way, a ridiculous shot connected. As we tie it up, round 10 sees FPX coming ahead.
Do we have Angel's POV? Because I
time again about how your fade, first kills, first deaths, they're on the bottom of the tournament. They shouldn't be doing anything, right? You're like the last, you're the clutch player, if anything. I suppose they have been, but not supposed to be this good. Nice shot from Angel.
All right.
Zekken finally punished for some of this early aggression, and it's a clean trade. FPX lose nobody.
Yeah, the expectation with this team is that you're going to have ardiis using the operator, but Angel deciding to take it into his own hands. The setup moved onto that A site. It does allow FPX to be that little bit more dynamic, and for one of the first times, we're actually seeing some proper pressure put into mid from XSET. They've been playing the extremities an awful lot. ZYGETSU is ready and waiting, and you can see the amount of counter utility he has ready to slow them down.
We saw BcJ get tagged up a little at the start of this round, just advantages stacking up against XSET at this point. Still a ton of utility online for FPX. Still a few ultimates, only really Shao we're looking at, but he's in the right place to use it. And 35 seconds on the clock. XSET are going to have to make their move coming into the next couple. They've got trapwires still to break through, and with ardiis posted up on this angle, if they're not cautious on the way in, They could get tripped up, and there you go. The wallbang potential is there. SUYGETSU's the one to deliver. And times two's it. Arten is still on the back to be rooted out, and they are picking up every single kill.
Yeah, trapped behind all the util as well. It will be death to at least 5-1. A nice correction. He might even have time to get the plant in, but I think he's heard the footsteps. He's waiting for the kill, and while Shao even just goes diving to make sure that he's not going to be able to get that plant.
This global utility usage from ardiis as well in the same regard. The traps are down on this A site. He's on his way to B to put that camera, and then he'll be playing on the only other part of the map he hasn't yet touched, around middle. So this man is currently involved in every aspect of their defense. You can see how critical it is to keep him alive, first of all, which is also an interesting thing when you consider his normal role on most maps.
Yeah.
It's not the guy that you're protecting till the end of the round that sits in the corner and goes, I'm safe, guys, I'm on my phone watching the cam. You don't want that. You want ardiis to be running at them, confidence destroying them. It's a very different challenge for this guy. I think it's been doing well so far. Yeah, exactly.
Take fracture. That's the prime example of what ardiis will be doing. Again, though, slow early take. The read coming through is, again, they're going to rotate early. Angel is now in position after seeing nothing, and he's actually going to look to peek in front, but again, BcJ is going to be there to start things off. The opening duel going their way, and an afterplant looking very likely now. Wonderful shot from Zekken.
You can just see the benefit of this Neon, the pacing, catching them so far off guard. Good plant, and of course, you can't spam it. That's the downside of that spot, is you can get spammed, but you've got the Astral Cosmic Divide in, so there's absolutely no way. Now at this point, post plans for XSET, able to play nice and far back. No utility online for a little bit over on the FPX camp, and that's just going to delay them even further. Good snake bite though. Dephh is in trouble, but he hits the shot.
Yeah, he only stays aggressive so that the null command actually takes out their utility, so the retake can't have the screen. And while now Zyppan looking to just try and take the firefights, it's going to be an even half in the end. XSET, because a lot of the time you'll have your Viper as your lurker just to keep you away from like going down in a lot of the action. So, oh my god! Okay, it seems like we are kind of a moment's breath within this series already. Zyppan will be able to get one, and well, the sliding in from Zekken isn't going to get anything more. He doesn't expect AYRIN though.
Yeah, good crunch. Zekken, of course, coming in just to fight with AYRIN, and they win the duel in the end. SUYGETSU with the plant. It's something for FPX, but the consolation prize isn't yet secure. They've got to find themselves that extra frag. I mean, rooting themselves into this position, they have to rely on perhaps wall bangs to take down the players defusing. But they can potentially isolate this duel on death, and look at the distraction coming through. Shao. Oh, well, he actually hits the shot. This man's not a distraction. SUYGETSU left alive. He's been spotted and taken down. XSET will have another pistol under their belts coming into half number 2.
Yeah, another solid start from them, and I'm glad to see that this aggressive style of play is not going anywhere. Like, even after...
But from everyone else, let's say. Now we come into this round, and that threat is hanging over XSET again. They've invested into full Spectres, so we need to see the reward here.
Prowler through. You're gonna know there's a player in the corner. I think the stun might actually do a little bit of team damage, but it's only gonna be the trade initially. A full battle for Art, but with a little bit of alert coming through from Angel. He gets peeked though. Nice work from AYRIN, making sure they can't get in from behind and leave them limited to a small sector of the map.
And FPX already good with 1 kill. Anything else that they get, it costs XSET so much. Shields, the utility they're burning, but most importantly, those 5 Spectres that they came into this round with. Repositioned from FPX. And look at where they're going towards. The B site is wide open as XSET group. A wise choice. Taking this together. Sending just the one, perhaps a Prowler. Oh, no Prowler online, but a Haunt. Even still to grab the information.
Oh, they know exactly where they are. Timing is going to be everything here. The swing back around is just a slaughter from Zekken and Cryo. They couldn't have played that more perfectly. The re-aggression to
clump together. Make sure at worst you're trading out in those scenarios. As we saw last half, give FPX the opportunities in those rounds and they will run away with them. 4 players survive. A Sheriff brought through over on XSET. That's given into the hands of BcJ, the top fragger on the team. FPX have the rifles to play with. This is a huge advantage for them, but another ambitious play through mid. Now we saw FPX do this in the first 2 rounds. XSET pacing it out a little bit, and they are right up into their spawn, but they've ran away. Zyppan's even heard that great info for FPX.
The thing is, though, it's still going to waste some time. There's going to be a lot of angles that need to be cleared by FPX. And in the meantime, XSET are not just going to be sitting pretty. They're already making some pretty big rotations across the map. Now, unfortunately, from what we can see at the moment, they've got them wrong. So it's going to be really reliant on Cryo to get some damage here.
See, this is the thing for XSET, and actually from FPX's perspective, it becomes a difficult round because you don't know if these guys have actually pushed up mid and decided that you're A or B. You have to gamble either way. It doesn't give you the information, but they've gambled the right way. They've found this man Cryo, and now he's got 30 HP being swung on. Good night and sweet dreams. An attempted follow push, perhaps. Zekken close to the smoke. He could dash out at any moment, but with death falling, the angles decrease. All these players coming from the spawn now, and FPX have the weaponry advantage. They've lost Angel, at least one man down, and HP gone on SUYGETSU and ardiis. This could come down to the cost even, if they can just find a couple of kills. That's a great stun from Zekken. The follow-up could be there as well. This guy's on fire. Zyppan will try to deal with him and nade into an empty position, and BcJ swings to delete him. The last man alive is Shao, again to try and clutch it. But BcJ wins the battle of the fades. 9 rounds for XSET.
The interplay from these players is just superb. Like the fact that they just move straight around the stuns that come out from Zekken.
6 as a support player over on XSET, the amount of rounds, I mean, close to half the rounds on the board were him putting them up there. Just a phenomenal game from BcJ so far, and he has picked one hell of a moment to step up. Champions of the last event now being challenged severely. Look at this from Zekken. He knows something's gone on. Someone's heard the smoke now. They've seen it. They know that these players are crossed. They know they're close. FPX, they should have an idea that XSET will be suspicious of this. I mean, there's no way nobody heard that smoke bloom. So they're still going to approach this with caution. They've lost Shao for their trouble. This is where those players up behind want to try and blitz back through, but they realize now the trap has been sprung. XSET were waiting, and that op is just picking them off.
Yeah, it's isolated battles as well. You're giving these individual fights over to XSET, and while they were winning them up until this point, Cryo, though, finally put into position with that operator. He's been one of the quieter players, but when they need him, he's stepping up, and it's left on to SUYGETSU. He's at least doing a little bit of damage. Another headshot connected. Death a little bit low, and it's awkward. But he eventually gets the job done. Only 2 players survive for XSET, but more importantly,
they do come in here with pretty much all their ultimates, although XSET are pretty close as well.
Boy, he didn't hear the TP. He didn't hear it. It just goes straight across, and Angel was able to get a free kill onto Cryo. Sound not heard. And that's a big problem. The amount of control that's been taken. Zekken, I think he might have just spotted out a pixel, also sees the Prowler coming through, but goes back for more, and this time he's shut out.
What a lunatic. I love it. It's worked a lot of the time, but this time around, the punish is there. XSET now sectioned out. dephh has a nade at his feet. A paranoia dodge, though. He might be able to catch them with this swing, but, well, he's being swung on himself. Too much control for FPX. They've already owned the entire map with a double from ardiis. This one's all but done. BcJ, he's had some fantastic clutches so far this game, but the 1v5's a little too much to ask.
Yeah, you know, I think they can give him a break in this one. Just want to hold on to the weaponry as well. Like,
there goes that clutch percentage.
Yeah, well, Zekken also is very, very low on credits, so just making sure he keeps a rifle. Shao, are they just going to bypass each other? I don't know if he'll check. I don't know if he'll check back through the window. Oh, they've gone straight past. It's almost perfect. Like, he's just walked around. Shao's going, no, he can't be A. I've cleared A. Like, there definitely isn't anybody over that side of the map. And while I think for that reason, BcJ is going to get away with this rifle. So that'll probably secure their buy for the next round, give them something to play with. And I believe, although FPX do still have a fair amount of ults, I think the same was happening. Never give FPX anything.
That's true.
We've already seen it in this tournament. We saw it at Masters. Any small detail that is missed, and this team can come back into a game in a matter of seconds. So XSET, I'm sure they're not going to underestimate their opponents. As I said, they've got some very experienced players over on their side, and I'm not talking about the Battalion pros. Either way, wow, a lot of ultimates online. Zekken, I don't actually think he was spotted there, so he's able to hold his ground. They even have a grav well just in case somebody is in position. He's going to keep pushing.
Oh! What a fantastic duel!
That's more like it, yeah?
Exactly! That's why we say it! You know, and he does it coming out of the sprint as well. Oh, The smoke went down, BcJ swung, and the bullets just whizzed right past Zyppan. The same in the other direction. He spotted one towards the back. No idea how many players are waiting for him on the other side. FPX are spread out, though. They're not looking to push just yet. I don't expect Zyppan to go charging through. In fact, if anything, I think he probably pops a bit of utility here, tries to bait that rotation so FPX can punish. They hope now they found a lighter side to the map, but Zekken is still here.
God.
He re-emerges from the door and takes Angel down. I mean,
30
FPX,
seconds left.
the game plan's not working, and they've got 25 seconds left to choose where they're going.
This kid is just nasty. 2 headshots through the door. Like, that's it. He's just been re-peeking. That's what this whole round has basically been. The rest has just been delaying. I think they've just given up. They've just gone, you know what? Fair
10
play.
seconds
We're
left.
just going to let them get to 12. We can't fight back into this round at this stage because they haven't actually spotted out any of the setup. All they know... Oh, there's a neon at the door.
That is unbelievable for Zekken. I mean, it didn't even come down to utility usage, anything like that there. And he just sat there. He held a wall for 2 minutes. And that's fine. AYRIN is a patient guy. I'm losing my mind watching it, but he's just like, oh, okay. If they don't come, they don't come.
Okay. I thought Zekken was about to do it again. Almost had the perfect timing. You can see the rifle looking to be retrieved, an upgrade. That's one of the vulnerabilities for FPX right now. Zeken's going to be in position. Prowler this time, and well, it goes quite a bit better when Zekken isn't at the door anymore. AYRIN, though, now he is being that little bit more aggressive, but he's been spotted. That still gets away with one. And the trades again from BcJ. The man is just unkillable. Down to just 9 HP, but he's given them some hope in this round.
That's the spike down. And look at how wise he is to back away entirely. He is low HP, all right? 2 versus 2. He is more valuable right now as a camera, just holding down an angle. But further past that, they have a showstopper. And it's possible that they pop that and go through. It's 12-7, right? You don't take risks in a round like this. He repositions so they can't try to isolate him completely. Maybe he can catch them off guard. And in the end, as I said, he is now a camera.
Ready.
This round is on Cryo, but he's one of the strongest players in this tournament. Operator in hand, the consistency is through the roof. And tell him he is moving into just the right position. He'll be holding this angle from spawn. He's now posted just as they emerge. And there's the shot. Zyppan down. SUYGETSU left 10 seconds and no shot. Cryo with both. 13-7. We close out map 1. This is a beautiful display of Valorant from the XSET boys.
Yeah, a very enjoyable.